Hi, CMattDye here. Thanks for stopping by and checking out today's video. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. And I want to do a top 5. So let's get into it. Number 1 is TapTools, Platypus Cyberpunks, CTV Vault Seeker, Ape Society, and number 5 is Cornucopias Bubblejets. So that's very interesting. We'll jump in that in just a moment. I want to look at the volume. And as we can see, volume was very dismal here between the end of March, April, May, and early June. And now we're seeing some pockets of volume. People are starting to mint again, and it's starting to get interesting. I think that bodes well. People are starting to buy CNFTs again, so that's pretty cool. So let's get into the actual projects that are making it happen. So first off is TapTools, or Tappy by TapTools. So these guys first started minting. They pretty much slowed to a crawl, maybe not even halfway through, and then they dropped the news. If you own 5, you get Pro Tools for life, and if you have less than 5, you have like that 420-day time period. So that's kind of interesting. Does the Pro version offer enough to really get excited about? Well, the floor price is $13.99, so the people have spoken and they have said yes. It is what it is. 10,000 all-time high sell. That's very interesting, actually. And we can see, the floor price kind of hovered around. It dropped below mint price for a little while, and then it started getting bought up and people started buying, and now it's like really taken off. That's very interesting. But that's what we're seeing. If you look at the top wallets, it is wild how many NFTs some people hold. That's kind of cool. And there's a lot of debate out there. Is someone going to build a TapTools and have it for free? I don't know if that's a possibility, but if they do it for lower price, I think that will probably happen in the future. But right now, Tappy's doing very well, and it's a quality project. The TapTools was out. Like, I use TapTools myself. I love using it. The free version is pretty much all I need. But I'm happy to see the project doing well. The project obviously needs funds. They use Catalyst funding to build their software. I've heard out there they built it before they asked for money. Well, they got Catalyst funding. They had funding. They just didn't do it in the form of an NFT. But they have quality project out there. I do like TapTools a lot. So very interesting to see. $13.99. I don't really know what it's going to do just because it's so new. So, I would like to see it stay over 1,000 and then, take off again. Maybe it comes down, has a little bit of consolidation, and then takes off again. I just really don't know. It's so new. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Number 2 is the Platypus Cyberpunks. These guys have a floor price of $469, 4.5 thousand all-time high sell. I know a lot of people have been trading their token. Definitely, that's fun to make some money off of. I had a whitelist, but I didn't mint this project. I just haven't been in it. I haven't really been in their Discord, and the day kind of slipped by me. It is what it is. It happens, and whatever. But anyway, it minted, and I'm not quite sure where they minted at, but I would have assumed maybe it was around 150 or something. But I really don't know, so I can't really comment. But anyway, it dropped down to 100. It kind of chopped around a little bit, and now it's starting to take off. Are these guys going to be the ones to transform real estate, or I don't know their qualifications. I really don't. One of their team, he might be one of the founders. He's always on Spaces talking about real estate. I think he thinks he knows more than he does, but he does know a lot. And from just listening to him, I would think that he had a few houses, and he does well for himself. That's what I would gather from just listening to him. So that's kind of cool. If you look at the top holders, I mean, the top 5 own over 130. That's pretty wild. So they're definitely. Let me click on this before I say anything. So the top 20 all have over 50. The top 50 have over 21. So it starts to trickle off a little bit. So there's a lot in the hands of a few. I would say the top 21, the top 22 all have 50 or more. So you have 22 holders holding the majority, and then it starts to trickle off a little bit. All-time high sells at 4.5 thousand, and it's a 469 floor price. And the team does drive a lot of engagement, and that's one thing good about the project. Like I said, I haven't been in it in many months, so I can't really comment as far as that goes. But they're trying to fractionalize real estate, which is a pretty cool idea. Are they going to be able to, is the big question. So I might just jump into the project and try to check it out again, just to try to get a little bit of an idea of what, of the chances. But right now, obviously they have some hype, they have some engagement. 4.5 thousand all-time high sell. I've talked about this many times. A lot of projects come out and they're one of one or top 10 NFT will get bought for like 4,000 to 5,000, and that's usually a tester amount. Sometimes projects just take off and do well. Other times they don't. So I like to see all-time high sell over 10 grand. That's or 10K. That usually gets me more excited. But I'll jump in and check this project out. If it's worth it, maybe I'll make a video about it. If you guys want to see a video about it, let me know. Next, Cardano token vault. And this one, they gave their NFTs away for, I think it was like 5 or 10 ADA or something like that. There's 10,000 out there, which is quite a bit. And right now their floor price, if I could speak correctly, floor price is at 40, all-time high sell of 2,000. And they're trying to basically be like a DAO for tokens. At least that's my understanding. And I listened to a couple Twitter spaces. I spent a few hours doing that. So from what I gather, that's basically what they are. They're like a token DAO. And they all get together and they decide what they want to buy. And then they show like what their holdings are. And then you earn the CTV token, which is basically what they're doing. And you can see here their NFTs did terribly for a long period of time, since February until July the 6th. And then it started to move up. So that's very interesting. It was below 10 ADA that entire time period, and now it's starting to move up. So what's causing that? Are there new people behind the project? I'm not really sure, but that's kind of what I would expect just looking at a chart like this. I didn't really look at the team. I just listened to those Twitter spaces of them talking. But anyway, it's kind of interesting. It's fun to see. I don't know if this project has legs or not. I really just don't know. Movement is kind of nice. If it drops back down, that would probably get me interested if I, jump into the project and do a little bit of research, which I am doing right now. If you look at the top holders, and I think this is probably because they basically gave their NFTs away. It was like 5 or 10 ADA. But you can see here, 499 NFTs, 269 NFTs. Like you have, so the top 17 holders have over 100. And then it starts to trickle off a little bit. So the top 50, over 40. And then top 100, 19 or more. And by the time you get to 185, it's less than 10. So you have most of the holders have quite a bit of NFTs. So I don't know if they knew each other prior to this, the whole community, or people just came in and started, buying tokens, and that's what they are talking about. It's an interesting project, so I'm going to do a little research on it and see what it's about. Next is the Ape Society. Everybody knows Ape Society. You don't really need an introduction. 5,500 floor price and 250,000 all-time high sell. That's something that stands out. 250,000 all-time high sell, and I believe that was like several months ago. If we look at the floor price, you can see it's kind of been dismal. So it went below 5K quite a bit over here. It jumped up, dropped back down again, going sideways. It wouldn't surprise me if it came back below 5K, but it's definitely consolidating here, and I do expect it to probably move over 6 sometime in the next few months. I would think maybe after that, maybe another drop down, and then it can start to move up back to these highs over here. So that's kind of what I would expect. So we'll see what happens. That maybe that 56, 57, 5,800 level might be a ceiling for now. So it could find some resistance and come back down again. I don't think it drops too much further than this, though. I think it stays over 4K. If it dropped below 4K, then that would definitely pick up some eyeballs. That's not what I expect. Could happen. Anything can happen, but that's just not what I expect. They're coming out. A lot of community projects are spawning out of the Ape Society right now, which is fun to see. And because of that, I think that keeps Ape Society value. So that's what I'm thinking when I'm talking right now. But anyways, it's a good project. Like I said, a lot of community projects are spawning out of it right now, which is fun, and that's keeping a lot of engagement. So next, we're going to go to Cornucopias Bubblejets, and right now their floor price is $1,540, 25,000 all-time high sell, which is pretty nutty. These just minted recently. I think you had to have an OG Bubblejet to be able to mint one, and their floor price is now $1,540. I don't know what they minted for. I did not have a custom. I had some friends who did, and they minted, and they're happy with their mint. And that's cool. Cornucopias is a project that's building. They're doing very, very well. My project is building a race team on Cornucopias. You have some other projects, like Ada Inmates is building their Supermax prison on Cornucopias. So there's a lot happening on Cornucopias, and it is a project that I am excited about. So I'm glad to see that floor is holding. I would expect nothing less because these are OG custom Bubblejets. So pretty cool. So that's the top 5. It's fun to see NFTs finally getting some volume. So like over here, June 19th, June 18th, a little spike on the 24th, 28th, another little small spike. And then right here you had July, looks like July 7th, July 8th, July 10th, which was yesterday. So you had a lot of good volume coming off, and that's awesome to see. And seeing some new projects mint and actually get some movement behind them and see the floors stay up, that's good for the entire ecosystem. In Cardano, the reason I came to Cardano is a rising tide lifts all boats. It's it's a blockchain with a vision of helping people, and that's why I'm really big into Cardano. That's why I have a project on Cardano, and that's why I'm here. I love that concept. You're helping others, and by helping others, you push the entire blockchain up and do well. So happy to see that. So with that, I really haven't done too much lately. I've been working on my project, working on ADA inmates. I'm gonna run their alpha group, which is gonna be a lot of fun, and making new friends, just having a blast. They have a really strong community over there, so I'm super hyped about it. So that's basically what I've been spending my time on lately. Not really buying and selling NFTs, but working on some big things on the back end. If you want to know a little bit about that, check out my Discord down below. And with that, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. See you around the crypto markets. Take care.